Today is August 4th, it's Tuesday, and I am once again kind of sitting in front of this space that I have some items that call me to prayer and that I use when I spend time up here in my study in prayer. I'd like to continue talking about Jesus in Matthew 14. What I preached on last Sunday was Jesus getting away by himself, asking the disciples to take him across the lake in a boat to a deserted place and a lone spot so he could have some time in prayer with God and just renewing, restoring, healing himself. Because you recall there were two events that happened that were disappointing to Jesus, that depleted him, that left him empty, and he needed to renew and to restore. The one was being rejected by the people of Nazareth in his hometown, and there in the synagogue where he preached, he made the people angry and they wanted to kill him, so rejecting him, but he got away. And then immediately after that, finding out that his relative, John the Baptizer, had been executed by the authorities. And so both of these events left Jesus grieving and deeply needing to get away by himself, to spend time with the Father in prayer and time alone to renew. So Jesus did that, but while he was there alone, the people of the villages discovered where he was, and they came to be healed of Jesus. And so Jesus had compassion on them, and he spent the whole day healing them and delivering them and ministering to them, caring for them. And at the end of the day, when the people were hungry and the disciples said, "Lord, send them away," Jesus said, "You don't have to send them away. You give them something to eat." And so they said, "Lord, we don't have much to give. We have nothing." And he said, "Well, bring me your nothing. Bring me your not much. Give it over to me, and I will then bless it and give it back to you, and you will feed the multitude." And so thousands of people were nourished and were fed, and 12 basketfuls were left over. So we learned something about the economy of abundance rather than an economy of scarcity. So after that, Jesus did send the people away, and he ordered, it says, he made the disciples get in a boat to go across to the other side. In other words, to leave him alone there on the mountain, to finally have that time where he could spend with the Father in prayer. So he sent them away, he made them get in a boat to go across, and he went up on the mountain to pray. Jesus needed that. And certainly if Jesus needed that, we need that. We need times to get away and to pray. It wasn't that he was saying, I'm not caring about you, or I don't love you to his disciples. He did care about them. He did love them. But he still needed to have this time alone. I know that I need that. You need that. We all need that time alone with the Father, where we can pray and be renewed and be restored. When I was young, we had a pastor who every summer or every year, once a year, he would spend a week in the hospital. And that was kind of his vacation. That was the only time in the year that he was away from the work of the church. And it was almost like he couldn't do that. He couldn't just spend time away. We had to put him in the hospital for him to take some time off. And even as a kid, I knew that something was wrong with that. That wasn't right. And what I learned from my parents, who were hardworking, both of them, and instilled in us, my two sisters and I, this strong work ethic, was the importance of getting away. Every summer we would spend 2 weeks at the beach. 2 weeks, not just one. And so I learned early that we needed that time. We needed that time away from home, that time to just relax and to restore. And then as a person of faith, I've learned that we need that time to pray. So I do encourage you to find places of prayer. where you can spend time to pray and time away. And so I'm going to talk more about this on Thursday and as we prepare for next Sunday. So if you want to read Matthew 14, 22 through 33, and hear about Jesus on the mountain praying. So blessings upon you, and I'll see you Thursday.